Hello, and welcome back again to the Amber Music channel. Today we will be reviewing a project file from an unreleased album, well, unreleased for now, called Solo. So I'll give you a little preview of that. Alright, so we'll just get started right away with the intro, which I have a separate group for the intro and build up things, which the build up is there, but we'll get to that later. So there's just some chords I forgot. I think these chords might have been from a sample pack, but I also might have just made them myself. I don't remember which, honestly. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of post-processing on, I think these are this is a piano, yeah. So it's my favorite piano in Vital right now, which is Keys Dark Grand. It's from a sample pack. Yeah, an Echo Soundworks. I don't remember where I found it, but without the audio effect, it sounds like this. Which is a lot different. So I'll just turn everything off but the glue compressor for now. So I think I put the glue compressor in to, like, yeah, just give it a bit less of a strong transient, I think, was the whole idea with that. Yeah. And then the OTT just to brighten it up, and it also makes it, like, a bit more dynamic, I think. Yeah. It brings out the background noise there was, and it makes a really nice, well, background noise, I guess, and then I just EQ'd out the highs, because it got a bit too much, I think. It just sounds better like that. And then I put a reverb in just to make it a bit quieter and give it a bit of reverb, of course. So that's the piano. I think that's how the entire song starts, as just a piano. Yeah. Alright, and then I'll move on to the Reese, and this is a Reese that I made. I don't remember how long ago, a while ago. It's the Wonky Reese dubstep version, aka there's a macro right there that just makes it better. I think yeah, I modified it though. So you can see it's just like a glidey little Reese there. There's a sub that I think, yeah, it just goes through filter one. Thought I put that direct out, but I guess not. So yeah, it's just this with hard clip distortion just all the way up. And the filter does most of the work, making it sound like that. And then I don't think I used the macro at all. Yeah, I think I modified the macro though. Show animation. Okay, so there was... I did mess up automation on that. Okay, that's... Re-enable that. And... next is the melody. Which, as you can see, is just the same piano. But I think I moved this forward so there wasn't the transient at all. And it was more of a kind of, yeah, sweepy sort of effect. So it sounds more like a synth than a piano. And yeah, I just let that play twice. So there's the piano, then piano melody and Reese, and then piano melody and Reese with sweeps going into the build-up, which they're just from Polychrome, I think. Yeah. That's that. And then this is actually kind of interesting. Because I put a vocoder on. Originally, it just sounds like this. Which didn't really sound like... didn't fit as well. And I put a vocoder on it, and I set it to the little vocode thing over here in the sidechain group. If I scroll down, it's this, which is just a pad from oversampled. And that just sounds like this. Just to give it the, kind of, I guess, color, you could call it. I mean, it is color-based, so. Then in the build-up, I just switched to a single note on the Reese. I think it's the first note, an F, so. Yeah, because it's an F major. I just put an F. Apparently F0. And you can see before I automated the macro, so it would get a bit more, it would build tension. Oh yeah, and then another thing that I've been doing a lot is MIDI control pitch bending things in the build-up to make it, like, again, give it more tension. So that's the Reese, and then I forget what this is. Ah, right, yeah. So in here, the main sound you can kind of hear is based off of, like, lasers and then growl sound design I did in a different project. But I just took the laser, took all the vocoding off of it, and added it here with like a sweep effect, and then I consolidated it to delete that, and just to make it look cleaner. I think this is a riser. Nope, that's just sweep. So I think that's everything from that group, which is cool. I can close that. We can go into the drums next, because sidechain is very big. So for this one, I just took a kick, and I put it there and then consolidated it again along with the snare just to give it like make it sound like this basically. It's just like it's like a kind of it's a build up. It's build up drums. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's that. And then if I go into the sidechain group, you can hear like the main synth. I think, yeah, getting auto filtered in. Following the same rhythm as the drums, I think, and then the laser up there that I talked about earlier. And then in here is a little laugh thing that I got somewhere and I've just been putting in front of all of my drops. It's kind of like my little signature thing, but I vocoded it here. So yeah, I put it on the same group as the intro growl, so I can just have it the same, like the same amount of vocoding in the same way to kind of have it be a nice transition. And it also just sounds nice. So I guess I'll move on to how I made this, because it's the first hit that you hear. So you can hear it's like a, I don't know why that's there if it's turned off. It's just a vocoder with some OTT put on a growl I made in a different project a while back. Just sounds like this without all the processing, which is really loud. What the hell? But yeah, so with the vocoder off, it just sounds like this. So the OTT is just really adding a bit of, I guess, crispiness. Yeah. And I'm still using the same pad for vocoding, by the way. And I think it was two different ones, because on these individual ones I had different processing too. Yeah. This is the one you hear more, and then this is just kind of a background effect, but you can't really hear unless you're listening for it, I guess. But it's a lot different if you take it away. So that happens with a lot of things in this project. It's a lot different if you take it away. I guess I'll just show you the sub. It's just a basic sub. It's just a sine wave with a little envelope there onto distortion drive. Just to give it that. Makes it sound nice. It just follows the rhythm of whatever is playing, basically. So I'll move on to the main synth you hear in the drop, which is this. So I'll just start like looking through the layers. So this is the first, which is another growl I made if I turn everything off. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. I think this is just, yeah, cutting lows, boosting highs. Just a reverb. And then the vocoder is doing all the work here, of course. And then this, which has different vocoding just to add a layer, so. Yeah. And then the main sound you can really hear, I think, is the laser, which is just a laser from Polychrome with the pad. Which has, like, it sounds like this without the processing. So you can hear it has, like, a high transient. And yeah, the same processing as before with the EQ and reverb, I think, just I changed the vocoder on all these. And then the sound for one, of course. So that's the main sound. I used mainly vocoding for this, I think, in like everything. That's how I made it more color-based instead of just a random drop. So you can hear it doesn't play, the sub doesn't play here, just because it's a transition element into the, like, main rhythm of that part. And then we have this growl again, but it's just shortened. It's the same processing and everything, just shortened. So I just took away the bottom half of it. This is a different processing chain for some different, like, I think this is a, yeah, little ear candy thing with different vocoding and then a laser like before, with a glue compressor, just to give it a bit more dynamics on all of these, basically. And really it's just vocoding, which you just have to experiment by yourself. I don't really know how to explain that. And then just an OTT on the whole thing, I guess. Yeah. It makes it sound better, just cleaner and everything. Okay, so that's all the sound design for the drop. And then it's just a bunch of, like, little switch ups in rhythm. And then this is a different growl, which, if I turn, oh, there's a vocoder on the group. Yeah, that's what it sounds like without it. And, oh, yeah, this. It's just another sample I got from somewhere.
That's funny.
That's what the actual thing is, where I just took, like, that and I just copied it over to give it a bit of a transition element.
That's funny.
I mean, it sounds nice in the drop. So, am I forgetting something? Yeah. The drums. It's not much. It's just this. And then in the B part of the drop, it has rides. And then I think I just copied it over again. So it's just A part, B part, A part, B part, or it's A, B, C, B. I don't really remember. But you can see up here, I put a transition element to introduce the drop into the breakdown, because it sounded weird without it. Yeah, it just sounds better with this. It also gives that first hit a bit more impact, I think. And yeah, I added another layer. I think it's just it down an octave. Or up an octave, actually. Yeah, up an octave. And then it's just the same thing as before with a up an octave synth, I guess, leading into this, which I don't think was actually any different. I think I just copied and pasted the second drop. Yeah, I did. And then the end here is just, it's just transition effects. With this little thing that had like a tonality to it in F, so I just used it as like a end without actually having to put a note from one of these. And it sounds nice in context. It's a nice way to end the song, and also a nice way to end the video. So I'll see you all next time, I guess.